kills many people throughout East Asia every single year. Ah! I'm on the hunt for the deadliest sting in all of Borneo. And if I'm able to catch one of these super aggressive insects, I'm going to take a sting for myself to see just how painful it really is. Eyes up, these killers attack from the sky. So right now, we are looking for flowering plants because in all likelihood, that's where we're gonna find what we're after. The hornet itself does eat nectar and fruit, but it also hunts bees, which are attracted to flowers as well. So these banded hornets are really opportunistic. Oh man, we are in the thick of it now. Snake, guys, we got a snake right here. Bornean keeled viper. It is venomous, and it is a really good sized one too, but so I can get it down. Oh, she's heavy. My goodness. You see what I mean now? That's why I want to be especially careful with this snake. I do believe she's carrying young, so she's what's called gravid, and she's about to give birth to a lot of baby snakes. Oh. So can you see that anytime she gets more than half of her body length out of my hook, I do a reset. As long as I have the hook in that first quarter, I'm fairly safe. Now, you would not want to take a bite from this viper. As docile as she is being right now, we can't let her guard down. In an instant, this snake could wake up, decide to become aggressive, and a bite from this animal would be a very dangerous situation. How's that for a shot? It's named the keeled viper because of the scales. They have a little ridge that goes in between each individual scale. Unlike most pit vipers, it has a much thicker jawline. It has a very robust and bold appearance. And then when you combine that with the coloration of this reptile, it's a knockout. We gotta cover some ground. We gotta get out of this canopy and hopefully find some flowers. I'm not sure there's gonna be many hornets hanging out in this dense jungle here. Oh wow, here's a flower. Guys, come check this out. This is called a Rafflesia flower. It is the national flower of Borneo, but it actually has a much more common name, the rotting corpse flower. Being that I've never encountered one of these before, you know I gotta test it. It definitely stinks. Not nearly as bad as I thought. Spoiled barbecue, no big deal. We're gonna head up here where there's more light and hopefully more flowers. I'm hearing a lot of buzzing. I got flowers, guys. Big flowers in there. Something's buzzing up there. I think we got one. Watch out, guys, watch out. I got it. Yes. Woo, we got one. Let's go to this clearing. I'm gonna get the jar. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. That is it. The banded hornet, the deadliest stinging insect in all of Borneo. It is huge. Look how big it is. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we got one. And it looks mean. Let's go set up the sting table. Let's do this. First, up close look at one of the insect killers of Borneo, the banded hornet. And it is enormous, easily twice the size of hornets that I'm used to seeing. And look at that bright yellow band across the abdomen. An obvious reason as to how it got its name. Now, there are two types of banded hornets. There are banded hornets in the mainland of East Asia, and then there are banded hornets in the tropical regions. And you can tell the difference mainly because the mainland hornet band stops right in the middle. So you see a black line above the yellow. The tropical version of this hornet has a yellow band that extends all the way to the top of the abdomen. And of course, here we are in the tropics, so this is in fact that species. But between the two, this one is known to be much more aggressive, and it kills many people throughout East Asia every single year. In fact, in 2018 alone, this species of hornet killed 7 people in Indonesia. And that is because of the toxicity of its venom and the aggression of the colonies of these hornets. They do nest, they do hive up, and when people are swarmed by these and inflicted with multiple stings, it can almost lead to instant anaphylaxis, instant shock. And sadly, yes, many people lose their lives due to those unfortunate encounters. But today, and because of all the stings that I've done before and my knowledge of what to do in case of an emergency situation from a sting, I am willing to go flesh to stinger with the terror that is known as the Banded Hornet of Borneo. And it looks intense, preparing itself for what is going to be probably one of my worst stings. The nerves are kicking in. Gonna take a sting on this arm. Got a little aftermath still going there from a different sting, but this is a nice blank canvas. Because this hornet could have a potentially emergency outcome to this sting test, let's just do a quick review, guys, on the EpiPen. If I need the EpiPen and I can't administer myself, this is what you do. Remove the pen from the container. Both blue caps come off, exposing the needle. You jam it into either of my legs. You depress the top for 10 seconds. Pull it out. And that will give me enough medicine to make it to where I can get more help. Okay, guys, here we go. Out of the container. Try to do it without getting it too fired up so I can get a good hold on it. See the stinger going. Got a bad hold. I've got it between the sheets. I'm gonna keep chasing it until it gets a dead end. Check to make sure I got a good hold. I got a good hold. There it is. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the Banded Hornet of Borneo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's in. Yeah, I get it. I got away. Oh, buddy, it got me. Oh. Oh, wow. Ooh, that burns. Oh, yeah. Instant searing pain. Stinger went deep right away. It flew off almost immediately. No one else was stung, thankfully. But that was a powerhouse of a sting, guys. It's like making my hand shake. All right, let's just monitor. Forgot to monitor this for like at least a half hour, guys. I'm not out of the woods by any means. It's been about 10 minutes after the sting. You can still see the blood at where the sting site was. A lot of the stings that I take remain in the upper parts of the skin, in the dermis of the skin. This one clearly went into the bloodstream, and it itches so bad already. Typically, itching does not set in for at least like 12 hours to a day. I have never experienced this on any sting before. And it still hurts. Let's be really, really clear. It does not feel good at all, but the itching is starting to overpower the pain. So unusual. But it's time to rank this insect, this Banded Hornet from Borneo, on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And as always, it's going to be on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, and the aftermath. Roll it. On intimidation, the Banded Hornet certainly looks intense. It's easily twice as large as your average hornet, and they almost warn you not to touch them with that bright yellow banding. Plus, they do have that reputation of being the most deadly sting in Borneo, which is terrifying given how many stinging insects live out here. So for that, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. For pain, once the stinger dug into my skin and started dosing me with its venom, it was immediate. And the sting radiated throughout my entire arm, engulfing my forearm in searing pain. And it drew a drop of blood on top of that, which only happens with the most serious of stings, and it definitely made me nervous. Given all those factors, it easily earns its 8.1 out of 10 for pain. The aftermath of the Banded Hornet continues to earn it some serious points. That stinger went in deep and caused serious itching right away, which I've never experienced before. I went through wave after wave of pain, and we had to closely monitor my symptoms to make sure I wasn't having an allergic reaction. It also caused a shocking bullseye reaction on my arm, which is always concerning. Anytime I would get active in the days following, the swelling would come rushing back, including the horrible itch, which lasted for a full 48 hours. And for that, it gets an aftermath score of a solid 8 out of 10. All factors combined, the Banded Hornet ranks at an 8.2 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, beating out the cow killer from Arizona, but falling just short of the giant black carpenter bee, also from Borneo. Wow, this place stings. Whew, look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave. This could be the one that sends me to the hospital. On 3. I am terrified. Tonight, I am on the hunt for the only deadly scorpion to live in the United States. This is a creature that should be avoided at all costs, but if I can catch an Arizona bark scorpion, I will intentionally take a sting, describe the pain, and show you an experience that has caused multiple human fatalities. Black light on, let's get searching. Over the years, I have been no stranger to experimenting with stings from the world's most painful creatures. But after surviving a horrible stonefish sting in Australia, I thought the worst pain I could experience had been set. That is, until this video. The bark scorpion is the only scorpion in the United States that is known to possess a potentially life-threatening sting. Every year, hundreds of cases are treated in hospitals all throughout the Southwest. So as much as this video will be shocking to some, it's an important lesson on how to identify this dangerous scorpion if you ever find yourself in this terrifying situation. So the sun has completely set, and you can see how much area I can cover with my blacklight. Now, the reason I am using the beast, as we call it, as a tool for tonight's search is because, like almost every scorpion on the planet, the Arizona bark scorpion will glow green underneath the blacklight. Now, this flat area, not a bad place to look for scorpions. You can find them here, but the best place to look, down in the wash, which is just ahead. Let's go this way. So this is a scorpion hole. No scorpion, but see how it's long ways? That's from the pincers coming out this way. That's a big scorpion den right there. Got a scorpion right here. Scorpion. Can't tell what kind it is, but I definitely have one. See it right here? Right there? I'm going to carefully move around here. Oh, it's on to me. Got him. All right. Yep, it's gonna pinch me a little bit, and then before it calms down. Okay, look at that venom at the tip of the tail. Ah. Ah. I've got a good hold. Look at that. I mean, unmistakable, right? Like you are not gonna miss something glowing out here in the desert that color. But unfortunately, this is not the bark scorpion that we are looking for. This is actually a very small desert hairy scorpion, one that I have already been stung by. Oh, you're pinching me. One that I have already been stung by for the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, but this is a good sign that there are scorpions on the move. Let's put this little desert hairy back down where we found it and keep searching. Bye, buddy. Got a scorpion. Oh. Don't spook it, don't spook it, don't spook it. Got it. Oh my goodness. Bark scorpion. Bark scorpion. Look at that. This is the most dangerous scorpion in all of North America, and one that has actually been responsible for human deaths. Okay, get it in jar. Relax. Woo! Okay. Oh, I cannot believe we found it. We were about to give up and head home for the night. Sure enough, this is the scorpion that I will now go up against to show you what it's like to get stung by one of the most feared arachnids in the world, the bark scorpion of the United States. Let's go set up the sting table. Here we go. That is the real deal, the bark scorpion. When it comes to scorpions that could be potentially dangerous and even life-threatening, the bark scorpion is the only scorpion that lives in the United States that's considered potentially deadly. And if you're wondering if I'm nervous, I am terrified. This sting pushes the limit. I hope I can make it through this one, guys. This one could be bad. I'm gonna take the scorpion out of the container so I can show you some of the key identifiers to know if you're looking at the Arizona bark scorpion or not. Okay, here we go. There's three main things you want to look for. See how the claws are very elongated. They're not powerful. They do not hurt. They can't really pinch you like a giant desert hairy scorpion could. Ah, yeah. These claws are very delicate, and they just use their claws for eating. They're not using those claws to capture their prey. What they are using, though, is their extraordinarily potent venom. If you look at the tip of the tail, the telson is what it's called. At the base of the stinger, the bark scorpion has a tooth. See that little notch? I can barely see it with my own eyes, but it's there. And that's how I was able to confirm this is a bark scorpion. No tooth, no bark. The third and most practical way to know that you're dealing with the bark scorpion is just by observing how you found it in the first place. Here we go, watch this. See that? Ran right underneath this piece of wood, hanging upside down. And these scorpions like to hide like this, guys, out of sight, inverted, underneath objects. So you can see here easily why people often get stung by bark scorpions. You're doing yard work, you pick up a piece of wood or a rock, you don't see the scorpion, you accidentally grab it, bam, you're stung. And what's worse than that, you often don't even see what stung you, but you sure can feel it. Now, it's time for the moment that I have been dreading for over 15 years, ever since I started coming to the Sonoran Desert. Quick PSA, I feel obligated to tell you, like I always tell you, but this one, guys, I'm very serious. Never attempt to recreate what you are about to see. All right, guys. Here we go. I hope I'm going to be okay and that this is just very painful in terms of an experience, but there's a chance that this might be the one, this could be the one that sends me to the hospital. Like we always do for the Bite Sting Index, I'm going to rate the sting of this scorpion on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. I am intimidated very much so. The pain, I believe, is going to be very severe, and for aftermath, this could be a high score. My heart is beating out of my chest. I absolutely feel fear right now. This is for real, I'm doing it. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the Arizona bark scorpion. I am terrified. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Oh, that's painful. Oh, that's terrible. Oh! Whoa! Holy smokes! Oh! 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 Oh, you gotta put it away. I gotta put it back. Oh God, that's so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. 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 Ah. Oh my gosh, guys, it's so bad. It's just my whole hand's numb. My whole hand is numb. Radiating heat. It's like, it's so painful. Oh my gosh, I have never felt instant pain like that. I thought it was gonna be bad, but I did not think it was gonna be this bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, more painful than stonefish, it's more painful than bullet ant. It's way more painful than the bullet ant. Oh.
Wow, we have a new king today.
Oh gosh, it really burns. It really burns to touch. It's so tender. So tender all through my finger. Oh gosh, and it hit me like I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready. I was not prepared for it to be this bad. Oh, it's getting worse. It feels like my whole hand's just like wanting to like curl up and seize. My whole finger is like almost like going paralyzed. That hurts. Oh, and it's swelling bad. Look at that. Look at my finger swelling up. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Never in my life have I felt a pain so shocking and so jarring. And what's crazier is the build of this sting was the first time I seriously thought about going to the hospital. In over 10 years of making videos on Brave Wilderness, I've never had to go or even thought about going. But this sting gets scary. For intimidation, this scorpion gets a huge score because it is well known for being the worst and most dangerous scorpion in North America. No other scorpion even comes close to being as feared as this one, and for that, it gets a 9.8 out of 10. For pain, I know I've had gnarlier looking stings before, like the bullet ant and the tarantula hawk that made my arm flare up right away, but this one was worse by far. It was like being struck by a lightning bolt of pain that made me jump up in the air and my whole hand shocked into numbness within a matter of seconds, leaving behind a pulsating pins and needles electrical fire in its wake. Simply put, it's a solid 10 of 10. For aftermath, this is where it got bad. The electrical pins and needles in my hand got worse, almost too painful to even touch. And then it started to spread. First up the top of my arm. Then my whole arm up to my elbow went numb. And that radiating Charlie horse pain got worse and worse and worse. And as the pain started to creep past my elbow, I thought I was certainly going to need to go to the hospital. And I'll admit to you right now, I was terrified that I had finally pushed it too far. And I told myself, if it gets to my shoulder, we're going. But luckily for me, it stopped just short. And after about 12 hours of numbness, it retreated back to my elbow, and by the next morning, it was only radiating in my hand and wrist. All in all, it took 4 days to regain feeling in most of my hand, but my finger and thumb took a full week to recover. So I'm sure by now you've guessed it, the aftermath was also a 10 out of 10, giving the Arizona bark scorpion a total BSI score of a 9.9, which easily dethrones the bullet ant and making it the brand new king of sting.
Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave. I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a big blue bee. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Minutes after filming the sting of the largest bee I've ever gone up against, I noticed something even more striking buzzing around the brush.
There's a bee. There's a bee.
Got him! Got him! Yes! It's a blue one! You gotta see this, oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that, it's blue. Holy cow. I think it's now turned from a sting test to a sting comparison. Just a few minutes ago, I was stung by a big black carpenter bee, which walloped me. But I didn't know they came in blue. What's your bet? Black or blue? In this video, we're going to find out which of these giant bees has the more painful sting and which of them will rate higher on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And we're back. We have 1 black carpenter bee and 1 blue carpenter bee, the new contender. I was stung by this black carpenter bee. A broad-handed bee is another name for it. Right there, yesterday.
This bee is ticked, and it is going to sting the heck out of me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, yeah, wow. Oh, I want to get away. All right, let's get this bee. You see the venom coming out of that hole? Oh, yeah, big bee got me. Big bee got me. And you can see in 24 hours, the swelling has expanded to cover nearly my entire forearm. You can see all that inflammation right there. Check this out, it even jiggles. Cool. But of course, as we were wrapping up yesterday, packing up all the gear, starting to film the aftermath scenes for the BSI rating of the broad-handed black carpenter bee, this new contender entered the picture. We have unlocked a new character, a blue carpenter bee. I have never seen a bee with a blue coat before. And it's not kind of blue, guys. Let's get a tight shot of this. It is really blue. We're talking sky blue coat all over the back of the bee, around the face, on the front legs, and it even has a blue iridescent shine to the wings. So, seeing that this bee is ultra colorful and aposematic, blue is a warning color, I'm thinking to myself, gosh, that black carpenter bee really packed a punch. But maybe, just maybe, the blue carpenter bee is even worse. In my mind, the bigger the bee, the bigger the sting. However, we know from all the sting tests we've done, size isn't the only factor. The potency of the venom means a lot.
For example, let's take a quick look back at this small but ultra painful cow killer.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Oh. Ah. Wow. Yeah. Holy moly. Whew. Yeah, that's one of the better ones I've taken. It is, I can already tell you right now, the swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now. And the pain, the power of the venom in this bee is fresh in my mind. So does the black carpenter bee, being a bigger bee, have a more powerful sting? Or will the real BSI champ be this beautiful blue carpenter bee? There's only one way to find out, and we came a long way to get here in Borneo. So if there's ever a time for a sting off between the black and the blue carpenter bee, this is it. And with that, I think it's time to enter the sting zone once more. What do you guys say?
It's time, Mark.
Okay, let's put the black carpenter bee aside for now and really focus in on today's new entrant to the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Now, I will be grading this sting, as always, on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, aftermath. Intimidation, it's a lot smaller than the broad-handed bee from yesterday, but the pain, that's what I'm interested in. That coloration could be a warning sign, could be a signal that this bee's venom is way worse than the broad-handed bee. But they're called carpenter bees because of how they reproduce. When a female bee wants to lay an egg, she will bore into wood. They'll leave one egg behind with a ball of pollen. They are pollinators. And then that larva will hatch from the egg, eat the pollen, emerge as a bee, and the cycle continues again.
But for me, the takeaway is that these bees have jaws strong enough to saw through wood. And if it bites me, I'm in for a world of hurt.
The aftermath, of course, we won't know for at least a day because we've seen what this can do in a day. And I am running out of canvas. Gonna address that real quick. Typically, for a comparison, I like to do the opposite arm or maybe another spot on the arm. This forearm is completely cooked. This forearm, I just got stung by a really strange insect earlier today, and it's wreaking havoc on me already. I've already got a big goose egg here, so I don't want to mess with that experiment. So I think the only blank canvas that I have to offer for the blue carpenter bee is a little further up my sleeve. So I'm gonna take a sting right here.
Mark, you look like Popeye.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna need a vacation after this trip, guys. I am getting nailed. All right. Okay. This is not gonna be good. All right, here we go. I'm gonna really try not to lose this bee. This is the only blue carpenter bee we've seen all week long. This is a rare one. All right, I'm gonna keep the net on standby. You guys ready?
We're ready, Mark.
Here we go. Oh, I woke up. Okay. Got it. Just so you guys know, I'm not hurting the bee at all by doing this. It is super tough. Oh man, see that stinger fishing already? Okay. I'm gonna have to do this quick. This bee is super slippery. That blue coat is so slippy. Okay, we got it. All right, here we go. I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a big blue bee. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, bite me. Ah, yeah, oh, it got me. Oh, hang on, it's biting me. He's in there, he's on. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh. Ooh. Oh man. All right, someone get the net. Someone get the net. Covered. Oh, yeah, that stings. Get back at the container. Come on, come on. Oh, it stings. God. Oh yeah. She's a biter. She's a biter. And she stings. That didn't happen yesterday. Took 2 really good stings. Multiple bites. Oh, I gotta hang.
You okay, Mark?
Ah, dude. Oh, that was so much worse on this bite and the sting than yesterday. Like,
Worse than the black bee?
I mean, she bit the heck out of me. She bit me so hard I'm bleeding. Ah, those bees can chew through wood. She had no problem popping through my skin. Look at that, guys. I'm surprised I'm not bleeding more for how bad that hurt. Oh. Okay. Okay. You get the shot?
You got it.
Okay. I don't want to do that again. I think I'm done with carpenter bees. My arm is like, what the heck? What is going on? What are you thinking? Oh man, the venom's starting to set in too. You can see stings are down below. All right, let's roll into it. Where does the big blue bee rank next to the black carpenter bee here in Borneo? Let's roll the ratings. Here we go.
On intimidation, the blue bee was a bit less intimidating than its larger cousin, the black broad-handed bee. Seeing them side by side and their stingers both on the table beforehand, certainly the black bee was a lot more formidable. However, the blue bee still gets a respectable score of a 7.2 out of 10 because that vivid blue color all over its body, which in nature can be used as a warning sign of high venom potency. For pain, the blue bee delivered with a huge dose of it right to my arm. It bit and stung me multiple times and would refuse to let go even when I tried to pull it off. The pain caused by its venom wasn't as distinct as the black bee, but the bite certainly made up for it. For that, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. And for the aftermath, the blue bee left behind a cluster of bite and sting sites on my arm. The bites all healed like an ordinary wound, but the venom made things much more uncomfortable. As it healed, it was joined by an unusually intense itch, which made the bite wounds hard to leave alone. However, the swelling and redness left behind was much less than that of the black bee, so the blue bee only earns an 8.1 out of 10. Altogether, this big blue bee ranks as a 7.7 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, falling short of the black bee overall and sliding in just below the bite of the assassin bug.
Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave.
What's going on, everybody? I'm heading off into the rainforest of Costa Rica to find another creature to bite or sting me to add to the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Now, normally, I tell you exactly what it is I'm looking for or what I found. But this time, to me at least, it's a total mystery. There's so many animals, so much biodiversity in Costa Rica, who knows what we're gonna find. I'm super excited to find something to add to the Sting Index. Let's go. Whatever we do find, if I can't identify it correctly, we will head back up to cell service. I'll do a little bit of recon, and we will make sure that not only is this worthy of the Bite Sting Index, but that it's not gonna send me straight to the hospital, because that's not the intent. Okay, enough talking, more searching. We gotta find something.
What kind of stuff do you look for, Mark?
I'm just looking for anything that catches my eye. Like, one of the real tactics to looking for animals is to trust your instincts. If you feel like something looks out of place, it is out of place. If you feel like you see movement and you can't identify exactly what it is, you did see movement and you need to go toward that signal. Now, I don't know if we're looking for something that's flying. I don't know if it's crawling. I don't know if it's on a tree. I don't know if it's like coming out of the ground. I literally am looking for anything and everything that could be a good fit for this video. But it's very early morning. Things are just starting to come alive. You can start to hear the rainforest starting to wake up. You can hear the sounds. And I have a good feeling, you know, within the next 30 minutes to an hour, we're gonna find something pretty sweet. Got a leafcutter ant trail. Not much action though, geez. Oh, look at that, soldier leafcutter ant. No other ones though, looks lost. Ah, it's got me. Let me show you guys this real quick. The soldier leafcutter ant, and they can bite really hard. I didn't think it was gonna get me that fast. Get off, buddy, get off. They will not let go. Let go, let go, let go, come on, come on, come on. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, wow, that hurts. Oh, get off me, get off me, get off me. Oh, God, I can't get it off. I can't get it off. He's stuck, he's like a bear trap. Look at that. There's only one soldier out today. I thought maybe he was lost or sleepy, but he is wide awake. Wow. Oh! I just keep twisting the knife. Come on, give me a stick. Give me a stick. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Ah! 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 Mmm. Good morning to you too, but I've already ranked those. Yeah. Oh, what was that? See, you just gotta, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. No, nothing. All right, keep them. Let's go. This is really putting my skills to the test. I almost never go out anymore without a specific target in mind, but I just know this rainforest, we gotta find something. What's this ant? What's that? I've never seen an ant like that.
Oh, he's got jaws.
Whoa, sure does. Okay, we gotta get a closer look at this. Oh, here we go, jar. Okay, I don't need the net. Look at that. He's got like, it's like a hammerhead ant. You guys see that? Here, let me see if I can get it. I mean, it looks like it bites, but I wonder if it stings. I've never seen an ant like this. Okay, see if we'll just crawl up. This is a good, got him.
Whoa.
Whoa, what is this? Whoa. Guys, get in here tighter with the camera. Can you get a shot of those mandibles?
Yeah, those are huge.
Whoa. It looks a lot like a bulldog ant, a little bit smaller, but like same body shape. I wonder if it stings. All right, let me try something real quick. I had a feeling I might need these. Let's see if we can spot a stinger. If we spot a stinger, this might be our creature for this video. Whoa, look at that. Oh yeah, I see a stinger flying. Oh yeah, definitely stinging away. Like its mandibles go all the way out 90 degrees. Looks like it's like a hammerhead ant. That is crazy. Man, I think we might have hit the jackpot with this, guys. Do you hear that? That thing just snapped. Let's see if we can get cell signal. I want to find out what this is. Guys, I don't have service. We're gonna take this ant with us, mark this location. We're gonna head back up with our, I'm calling it the hammerhead ant for now, to see exactly what it is that we just discovered. Let's go. There we go. Woo! All right, finally got some service. Let's see what we got. Guys.
What is it, Mark?
I think we got a good one. You guys will take a guess at what this ant is named? It's not a hammerhead ant, just to give you a hint. What do you think?
The vice grip ant.
That's pretty close, actually. What do you think, Asa? Anything?
The jaw cutter?
Jaw cutter, no. I like that name though. It could easily have been that. However, is this the ant? That's the ant, right? Right there?
That looks just like it.
Okay, You guys are gonna love this name. Drum roll, please. What we have found this morning is the trap jaw ant. And get this, it has the fastest bite of any animal on the planet. That's what we were hearing this morning. That clicking sound is because they are able to shut their jaws at such velocity that it makes an audible clicking noise. I cannot believe I've never heard of this species before. And I'm reading here that it has the fastest appendage of any animal, let alone the jaws. The fastest appendage of any animal, snapping its jaws shut at 145 miles an hour. Everything's talking about the bite though. Let me make sure it can sting. Oh, here we go. Yes. We were right. We were seeing a stinger. It can absolutely sting. In fact, here's a quick article. It says top 25 most painful stings in the world. Right there, trap jaw ant. This is a perfect candidate for today's mystery creature for the bite sting index. Let's go set up our table and get into it. All right, got our table. Got a few things in my pack that I need to get out. Okay, don't need that. Do need a couple of things though. First things first, it's a nice little, it's probably a better capsule for that ant. Got some forceps. And most important thing, first aid. Oh, can't forget the adventure fuel. Get a little drink. Oh yeah, man. Stuff really helps so much after hiking all day. All right, I need to get all important. Got the EpiPen. This is just in case we have any kind of allergic reaction. Every venom's different. Everybody reacts differently to venom, so I want that on standby. Now I want to transfer this trap jaw ant into a little bit better container so we can get really good footage of it. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh, man, they're fast when they want to be. Hear that click? Now we can see you. You know, it's not the biggest ant ever. I mean, it's certainly not a bullet ant, but the fact that it's rated one of the top 25 stings in the world, it must have pretty potent venom. Now that I'm able to get a closer look at this ant, I can really appreciate how truly bizarre it is. What an unusual creature. It has a super flattened head, almost like a football shape, very alien looking. Its head is so strange. Oh, and it's got like this spiked mouth part that it's sticking out, like a proboscis. I wonder if that's gonna be able to make the pain of the bite worse. Whoa, super unusual. And then it has these really long antennae, almost making it look like it has an extra set of legs. You can easily see how this animal could be mistaken for a spider if you didn't know what you were looking at. But I'm ready to get it out of the container and get a closer look at those jaws. I mean, the fastest appendages in the world. Here we go. This is actually gonna be really hard to get a good grip on this ant. As soon as I get the forceps close, they get really flighty. Let's see if I can put it on the table, stay up. Just don't want to go through the crack. See how fast it is? Gosh, it's so fast. Oh gosh. No, no, no. Oh, geez. Its jaw snapped so fast it popped it back. Oh no, we lost it. We lost it. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, let's see if I can. Look at that. Here, get a shot of that. Look at that. Okay. Got it. I don't know for how long. This is very challenging to hold. This ant's exoskeleton is super tough and very slick. These forceps do not want to hold it, but look at that. You can definitely see that stinger going. Look at it fishing around. Let's talk about how we're going to rank the trap jaw ant on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. It's going to be ranked on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. So at the end of this video, we will combine all 3 of those factors rated from 1 to 10 into a final Brave Wilderness BSI, a Bite Sting Index for the trap jaw ant. In terms of intimidation, ants, you know, they're small, right? But they're also mighty. And for an ant with the fastest jaws, the fastest bite in the world, I am super intimidated right now. And I also know this is one of the top 25 stings in the world. Just that knowledge alone and seeing how fast those jaws can snap, where I can hear them like a pop, we're gonna get a good score right off the bat. The pain,
we're gonna figure out just here in a second. As far as the aftermath goes, we're gonna monitor the bite and the sting for the next 2 days to see how bad the swelling, the itching, and all those damage effects are. Starting to get a little sweaty, the nerves are hitting. It's time to officially enter the bite and sting zone with the trap jaw ant. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, the stinger's in. You see that sting? Ah! Oh yeah, that burns. Yeah. That stinger's stuck in there. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't take a good bite. Yet. Hang on, let's just give him. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, got a bite. All right, I know what it feels like now. Okay, hang on.
You okay, Mark?
It's building. That burns really bad. So these stings have 3 distinct phases. One, when you first get hit, there's like an instant searing. Definitely feel the stinger go in and the immediate burn. But then the burning starts to build. That's really phase 2. And that's when it gets a little scary because you don't know how high that flame is gonna rise. And then you see the redness and the swelling. You can even see the swelling that's starting to happen here in my wrist. And definitely the swelling around the sting. It looks like I got hit a couple of small stings. It was tucked up underneath. It hit me once up here, maybe once right there, but you can see where it did the most damage, right in the center of that sting. You can see there's a little bit of blood coming to the surface. I definitely took a good pop from the stinger. I intentionally took another bite at the end so I could test the bite, and I think we're ready. It's time to put the trap jaw ant on the bite sting index. Here we go. On intimidation, the trap jaw ant is super bizarre, but is quite small. That said, those snapping jaws do look capable of slicing through skin, and the popping sound it can make is very alarming. Also, I know firsthand just how bad an ant bite can be. It's also worth mentioning that helping it score is knowing that this is ranked as a top 25 sting in the world, which definitely put me on edge. All things considered, I give it a 5 out of 10 on intimidation. For pain, the sting proved to be worse than the bite. This ant sting burned immediately, injecting my forearm with searing heat. At first, it was a similar feeling to the bullet ant, but not nearly as painful. As for the bite, it was just a very sharp pinch. In total, for pain, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. The aftermath of the trap jaw ant was painful, but manageable, leaving behind only mild swelling and redness 2 days later, and falling far short of the bone-crushing pain of the bullet ant. So for that, I only give it a 4.5 out of 10. All things combined, this ant ranks at a 5.3 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, because its snap turns out to be much louder than its bite. Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave. You guys ready? You got your shots? On 3. 1, 2, 3. When it comes to the world of stings, there are titans of pain that stand tall above the rest. Now, I've already survived the dreaded sting of the bullet ant, the warrior wasp, and even the deadly stonefish. But there is one titan that has eluded me time and time again. So today, I am back in the state of Arizona to take on the sting of the one and only tarantula hawk. Let's get searching. The last 5 times I have come to Arizona, I have not been able to catch one of these giant spider wasps. But today's different. It's different because we've been tipped off to a well-known tarantula hawk hotspot. Let me explain to you why this is a great location for tarantula hawks. Reason number 1, water. In the desert, water is life, and it grows flowering plants, just like this one. You see all these honeybees fast at work? This is exactly the same type of plant that tarantula hawk is going to be after. They eat nectar. So I think the best strategy for us today is to walk laps around this pond, keeping our eyes to the sky and our ears open. These wasps are so huge that you can actually hear them buzzing in through the air. They're like little fighter jets. Zzz. If we can find one perched up like this butterfly right here, that is going to present the perfect opportunity for me to swoop in with the net. Here we go. Desert's waking up. Got the hummingbirds out now. I think that was a tarantula hawk actually that just flew by. Big one.
Really?
Dang, yeah. Just saw one. Saw my first tarantula hawk. It just went way into the desert. Like no chance, but that was definitely one. They really stand out from the other insects and things flying around out here. I mean, we're talking about a wasp 2 inches long. Today's the day. I can feel it. Today is the day it's gonna change. It's just a matter of patience and persistence. Let's keep hiking around this pond. Got one? Oh. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Oh!
Where is it?
No, no, right here, right here.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh no!
That is one. That is definitely one. Oh my gosh. I can see its bright orange wings and it's huge. That is really high though. That is like 12 feet. I just can't. I can't get that high. It just comes down. Dang it.
The drought continues.
We just have to find the right one.
Yeah, at least this guy's catching stuff out here. Oh, right here, right here, right here, Bart. Whoa! That was huge.
I got one. Right here. Right here. Got it.
Oh!
Yes!
Yes! Oh my goodness. And that is a good one too.
Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Can't get too excited. It's got to get in the jar to be officially a catch. Okay. Yeah! Yes! I cannot believe that catch. That was so epic. What a fitting way to end the drought of catching tarantula hawks. Oh my gosh, guys. I was like, man, if this doesn't happen today, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. And now, unfortunately, this victory, this victorious moment I'm feeling is about to turn into a world of pain because I've set the table for me to enter the sting zone with one of the colossals of sting, the tarantula hawk. Whew. Let's go set up the sting table. Here we go, it's game time. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at the size of that tarantula hawk. That is a massive tarantula hawk. And I have to say, I have not been this amped for a sting video in a very long time. We have put in the work to feature the tarantula hawk on the Bite Sting Index, and today, it's going down. But before we get into that, check this out. Not only did I catch one tarantula hawk, I caught two. And the reason I want to show you both of these insects is because although they look similar, they are very different. And it's important for you to know the difference if you're ever out here in the Southwest and encounter one of these giant flying insects. And the way I'm going to show you how they're different is by demonstrating. Here we go. You ready? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And get out the second tarantula hawk from the container. Here we go. You ready? This is one of those moments where you really hope you're right about what you've learned. 1, 2, 3. No sting. And that is because what I'm holding here is a male tarantula hawk, and they do not possess a stinger. Now, the reason why the males do not possess stingers, and this is true in almost all stinging insects, is because a stinger is really just a modified appendage for laying eggs. Now, besides not having a stinger, the only other way to tell the difference between the male and female tarantula hawks are by looking at their antennae. Males have straight antennae, where females curl at the ends. And while side by side, it's also easy to see that females are larger, you typically will never see more than one tarantula hawk at a time. So checking for those antennae is the best way to know if you're looking at a harmless insect versus one that packs one of the most intense stings on the planet. I'm actually gonna transfer her into a bigger glass so we can really see, so she can spread all the way out. And you can see how truly gargantuan this wasp is. Okay, there we go. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a monster wasp. Guys, look at the size of that abdomen. This is the biggest tarantula hawk I have ever seen. Now, the reason they're called a tarantula hawk is because how they reproduce. These enormous wasps, one of the largest wasps in the world, feed tarantulas to their young. And the way they do that is they will fly around the desert looking for these giant spiders. Once they find one, they will swoop down like a bird of prey, catch it, sting it, paralyzing the tarantula, and then lay eggs inside of it. So, when those eggs hatch, the very first meal of a tarantula hawk's life is a giant spider. And then they will emerge from the burrow as a fully grown wasp and feast on nectar. I've seen these wasps dragging spiders across the desert 10 times their size. It's truly unbelievable just how powerful the tarantula hawk can be. And the last thing I just want to note before we get into the sting test is look at the legs of this wasp. They are extremely long. In fact, when you see them flying through the air, you can see those long legs dragging down behind them. And the reason they need to have such long legs is so they can grapple those spiders and inflict that paralyzing sting. That are also covered in tiny hairs. Got some hairy legs there, lady. Well, now that we know why it's called a tarantula hawk, and we've been able to take a closer look, I think it's time for the moment that you all came for. It's time for me to enter the sting zone with one of the largest wasps on the planet. Here we go. All right. I often get questions, Mark, are you just over the fear of stings by now? No. I always get a lot of anxiety before taking a sting for a first time, especially when it's one of the titans of sting. The tarantula hawk sting is notorious. It's put right up there with the bullet ant. And when it comes to stings that I personally witnessed, I cannot think of one more terrifying than when I saw someone get stung by a tarantula hawk. As much as I've been working hard with the team to find one of these tarantula hawks for this sting test, in this moment, whoo, buddy, I'm feeling the nerves. The sooner I take the sting, the sooner I get to healing. That I know for sure. All right, I'm getting the signal. You guys ready? Yeah. It's go time. All right, guys, this is gonna be one of the biggest stings I ever go through. Got essential first aid on standby, the EpiPen. Oh my gosh. I can't believe the moment has arrived for me to enter the sting zone with this wasp. This is big time. Okay, guys, here we go. Now, I'm gonna rate the sting of this wasp on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. So at the end of this video, this tarantula hawk is going to receive a BSI score, and it will rate it against all the other stings and bites that I've ever taken. Will it top the bullet ant? It's time to find out. Gonna remove the glass. Oh man, this is where it'd be very easy for me to take a sting too early. Those legs are so strong. Like if I don't get the right hold right away, it's almost no chance. Shaking. So nervous right now. Gosh, this is always so much harder than it looks. Gotta hold. All right, I'm gonna have to use another set. Oh my gosh, look at how big that stinger is, guys. So strong. Got it. Good hold. All right, I gotta go for the sting, guys. Ready? I'm Mark Binns, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the one and only tarantula hawk. You guys ready? You got your shots? On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, hang on. I'm feeling lightheaded. I feel like I might pass out. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You want me to put the jar on it right now?
No, I'm just, hold on, just let me get my nerves going. My legs are shaking, my hands are shaking. I feel like my stomach's in my throat right now. I've never felt this like this before, Sting. This is like next level terror. Oh my gosh, this is happening. All right, here we go. All right, guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stinger's hit! Oh God, I didn't get a good sting though. I gotta do it again. Oh, that hurts. It didn't get good. It didn't get me good. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh, it's savaging me! Ah, yeah! Yeah! Ah! 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 Oh! Oh, yeah! Ah! Oh my gosh, look how quickly it's swelling. Ah! 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 It's white hot. Ah! Ah!
You alright, man?
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. She got me a bunch of times before the real sting, but the real sting went in and it was so bad. Describe the pain. White hot. It's like gasoline onto the skin, torched. It's like someone put a match right on it. That's the real deal. Look at the swelling already. Matter of seconds, it's already swelling up. All right, guys. I feel like my voice is going. All right. Well, I've survived so far. I don't think I need the EpiPen, but my voice is shot. And I think it's now time for me to recover, endure the aftermath, and for you guys to know exactly where this red clock rates on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Roll it.
For intimidation, it's hard to imagine a wasp or any insect more intimidating than the tarantula hawk. But just in case I ever find one, I'll give it a 9.9 out of 10. For pain, it was way up there compared to the worst stings I've experienced. Instant flares of pain rocked my arm and underneath the skin. And the only reason I took repeated stings was to make sure I took a full dose, which I'm sure glad I did for the sake of this index, because that last sting was 10 times as painful as the first 8 or so warning pops. All of that said, I don't feel it was quite as bad as a bullet ant, so it only gets an 8.6 out of 10 for pain. For aftermath, the swelling was severe. My arm ballooned up and the redness extended from my wrist all the way down to my elbow. And the pain lasted for over 24 hours, but was much less severe after just about 30 minutes. However, it was followed by days of very intense itching before it started to properly heal. For that, the aftermath gets an 8.5 out of 10. giving the tarantula hawk a grand score and BSI rating of a 9, making it the second worst sting I have rated so far, and just barely falling short of the current king of sting, the bullet ant. Needless to say, while tarantula hawks are typically non-aggressive, you should never attempt to do what you saw in this video. Take it from me, it was a very painful experience I hope to never have again. Ouch.
Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave.
I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to take a sting from the most aggressive ant on the planet. This nest here in front of me is home to the Australian bulldog ant that can both bite and sting, and I'm about to find out just how much damage it can do. I'm going to attempt to use this little stick to try to get a bulldog ant for our sting test. All right, got our forceps, small container. Now we just need the bulldog ant itself. I'm going to lightly disturb the entryway. Oh, here we go, got him already. That makes me nervous. The ants are starting to swarm. You see how big they are? This is like a volcano of ants. Oh gosh, almost got me. They're getting on me. All right, I'm gonna have to get our ant fast. Here we go. I got it. Yes. Oh man. Oh. There we go. We've got one. That is a really good sized bulldog ant. Starting to swarm a little too much to hang out here. Let's go reposition away from the nest so we can get a closer look at one of the scariest ants in the world. Australians fear these massive ants because they attack in swarms and without warning. If you accidentally disturb them, you can be covered in just a matter of seconds. Bulldog ants can be found all over Australia and often build nests in people's yards and local parks, which is exactly where we discovered these ants. This particular species is one of the largest, growing to over 1 inch in length. And of course, for this sting test, we wanted the big dogs, so we can compare how they rank against the legendary bullet ants of South and Central America. Now it's time to find out which is worse. All right, guys, it is officially go time with the bulldog ant. Look at the size of this insect. Size-wise, I would definitely say it gives the bullet ant a run for its money, but appearance, this ant is second to none when it comes to intimidation factor. But before I test the might of this insect, let's get it out of the container and take an even closer look at those jaws and its stinger. All right, here we go. Well, it's already jumping out. I want to be very careful right now. And they are so aggressive. Look at that, it's already biting on the forceps. I'm just gonna try my best to get a good grip. And I'm getting nervous, gosh, hang on. All right, I gotta get it on the ground. Here we go. Unlike other ants, they don't really react to scents and pheromones, they react to sight. So anytime I try to grab it with the forceps, it sees that I'm coming. There we go. Okay, perfect hold. There it is. No animal has been requested for a sting test more than the bulldog ant in the history of Brave Wilderness. And now I can see why. Wow, I have never seen a more terrifying looking ant in my entire life. Let's start at the top. Look at the size of those mandibles. They are like serrated shears attached to these bulbous eyes, almost like a vice grip, just ready to snap and pinch on to anything it can touch. Look at the eyes of the ant. You can really see how much it reacts by using its sight. Look how it turns its head to the different ways that I position my finger around it. And then, of course, before we get to the stinger, I just have to say, look at the size of those legs. Because they are visually stimulated, they use their extremely long legs to extend quickly and flick themselves onto any would-be predator, earning them the name jumping jacks. And then of course, we can see the stinger flying already from the abdomen.
Like other stinging insects, only the females can sting. This is actually a sentry or a soldier ant tasked with guarding the front of the nest. And you saw, with just the slightest disruption, a fleet of soldiers came flying out of the nest, ready for attack. They got all over my boots and nearly took a sting right away, but we saved the sting for this moment in the video. The sting of this ant is said to be one of the most painful experiences that you can get from any animal here on the continent of Australia. Some even argue in the world. The biggest difference between bullet and bulldog ant stings are the toxins they use. Bullet ants use a panerotoxin, which is slow building and can last for days, where bulldog ants use formic acid that causes instant pain. And when these ants swarm and cover people by the dozens, they have the ability to take down a fully grown adult. Holy cow, she's looking at me. Oh my gosh, look at that stinger go. I have a feeling this is going to hurt. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with one of the most terrifying ants on the planet, the Australian bulldog ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh God, you see the stinger going in? Ah! Yeah! That's a good sting. Ah! Yeah. Oh! Ah, it's really got its stinger in me. Ah, look at it, stinger's in. Ah! 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 All right, put it back in the jar. Oh, that hurts. All right. Ah! Oh my gosh! Woo! Oh my goodness. Yeah, that burns. That is a super intense sting. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Let me compose myself. Oh man. That was like instant fire underneath my skin. So much more like potent than the bullet ant. But I can tell you this, the bite was really nothing. Didn't really get a good grip on with those jaws, but it certainly got its stinger stuck in my arm, and it getting a little dry mouth. Hang on, my adrenaline's kicking in.
You okay, Mark?
Yeah, I'm all right, I think. All right. Geez, it's also hot out all of a sudden. All right, I think I'm good to continue on. All right. Oh, you bulldog. Oh, all right, see that stinger site? Got a little bit of a acute swelling, maybe some residual bumps, and it definitely burns. I would say the initial onset of the sting, it was like a lightning bolt, way more intense than a bullet ant, but I can tell you it's already starting to subside a bit. But wow, that is a rip shot of pain. Man. Really getting dry mouth, guys. The
Is your EpiPen in your backpack?
it is. I've got my EpiPen, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need it yet, but got to monitor and make sure my tongue's not swelling up or anything. But holy cow, that sting is like a hammer. It's like somebody literally just took a hammer and went wham! Instantaneous pain, not even a small delay. As soon as the stinger touched my skin, boom, it was on. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that one, because I don't think I want to go arm to stinger again with that intimidating little ant. Now, I am not out of the woods by any means. I'm gonna continue to monitor this sting over the next 2 days. I can tell you this, a single sting from a bulldog ant so far does not compete with the bullet ant. Unlike the bullet ant that just started to build and build and build, I'm starting to really get past that initial wave of pain. And now I'm just really more dealing with the after effects of adrenaline, starting to get that like queasy stomach, cold sweat, and just simple nausea that I usually get after taking a sting. But a swarm of bulldog ants, I would estimate, could take even the most pain tolerant person to their knees. All right, I think I'm gonna need some ice. Ugh. Sure enough, things got a lot worse. Just hours later, the redness and inflammation flared up and were joined by an intense itching that lasted for several days. Compared to other stings I've taken, this one was a sleeper that turned into a monster. Bulldog ant stings are known for their instant pain, so I was shocked when I was hit with these delayed reactions. While I did not experience the 24 hours of deep bone break pain that the bullet ant gave me, oh, that hurts. That is searing pain. This was far from an ordinary walk in the park. In fact, as of the editing of this video, my arm is still discolored and healing. If I were to have been swarmed and stung like the stick in the beginning of the video, it would have been a very bad situation. But now I know exactly why Australians go so far out of their way to avoid the jumping terror that is the bulldog ant. Yikes. Whew. Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave. Holy crap, are you guys rolling? Look at this. That is a cow killer. We literally were out here filming me getting stung by a giant desert hairy scorpion, and we were taking a break, and I came over to this pasture and I saw this cow killer scurrying around. Oh, they're fast. They're super fast. Got it. Woo! All right, I think it's my turn to go arm to stinger with one of the most painful stinging insects on the planet, the cow killer of Arizona. Let's go, guys. The cow killer is what the velvet ant is called in the United States because they are often found in cow pastures, and their sting is said to be so horrible that it's painful enough to kill a cow. We don't even have to set up the sting table. It's already set up. Luckily, the sting of that giant desert hairy scorpion wasn't that bad. Oh my God, it's the venom spray. Did you see that? So I'm gonna be able to hopefully endure one more before we head home. This is the insect responsible for our most famous viral video ever, with over 83 million views. But I haven't yet taken the sting from this one.
Okay, let me get back here.
You all right? And not only am I going to attempt this sting test, but I will also be putting the most famous sting in Brave Wilderness history on our brand new and improved Bite Sting Index, where I will rank this sting on intimidation, pain, and aftermath, ranking each from 1 to 10, and then taking the average score to see where the cow killer falls on the official Brave Wilderness BSI. So the first impressions of this cow killer, which is a velvet ant, is that it looks a lot different than the cow killer that stung coyote years ago. It has the exact same patterning and fur, but instead of a red abdomen, it has almost like a burnt orange coloration. And that's the cool thing about velvet ants. They come in a variety of shapes, patterns, and colors. And velvet ant species can be found all over the Americas, but I happen to think the ones here in the southwestern United States are some of the coolest looking of all the species. It's called a velvet ant, but it's not a species of ant at all. In fact, it is a wingless wasp. The males of this species actually have wings and fly around, but they don't have stingers. Only the female velvet ants have stingers, so we know because this one doesn't have wings, it's definitely gonna be able to give me a sting. Now, I have been stung by another species of velvet ant before, the panda ant, where I was the first person to ever document being stung by this species down in Chile. Ah! Ooh, yeah, okay. Definitely took a really good sting and a bite. Ah! I saw a lot of the comments. People were asking, hey, how does that stack up to the velvet ant in Arizona? And I didn't know because I've never been stung by one. Well, I'm about to find out, and so are all of you. Oh man, the reality of this just set in. I have the sting kill out. I will treat this sting with the sting kill as well. This is not a paid ad. This is just something I'm curious about. Of course, I've got an EpiPen just in case I have any kind of crazy allergic reactions. This is a first aid device that will help me get to emergency medical attention should I need it. Hopefully this is just a lot of pain and we don't have to go down that route. And with that, let's get a look at the stinger of this insect. So this is always the tricky part, getting a grip. And they're called the indestructible insect because their exoskeleton, their body, is so strong. It is way stronger than most insects. So I'm not gonna be able to crush it or hurt it whatsoever. Oh, you guys hear that? I already heard something that I was curious about. These insects have the ability to actually emit a squeak that's called stridulation. It's a warning distress signal, an alarm siren, if you will. And this one, I just heard it. Hear that? You guys hear it? Get your cameras close. You'll be able to hear it. Not quite as noisy as the panda ant, but you can definitely hear it. But don't worry, I'm not hurting this insect at all. Now the stinger, look at how long it is. Oh my gosh, look at that stinger. The stinger of the cow killer is one of the longest stingers of all insects. In fact, to the body size ratio, it has the longest stinger of any stinging insect on the planet. Wow. And because this one is bigger, that stinger is much larger than the panda ant I was stung by in Chile. Wow, that stinger is seriously large. Okay, I think it is time to test out the sting of this fuzzy little insect. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to attempt to let the cow killer sting me on its own. In order to do that, we're going to put it back in the container, and I'm going to just place it right on the usual spot. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, I can feel the fuzz. Oh, my abdomen's like right against my skin. This is nerve-wracking. I can see the cow killer's trying to get out of the glass. Just as I thought, not gonna sting on its own. Here we go, I'm gonna flip it over. Woo! All right, hang on. Woo. That'll get your nerves going. Woo. Okay. All right, so you don't really need to worry about taking a sting from this insect unless you really antagonize it by trying to grab it or hold it with a pair of forceps and let it sting you that way, which is what I'm about to do next, because I'm very curious how it stacks up to the velvet ants of South America. Moment's setting in, and I'm actually gonna take a sting. All right, let's get a good grip. Just gonna get it right on the back there. There we go. Okay, it's getting warm. She's getting fired up. You can see where I had the glass placed earlier to prove that she wasn't gonna sting me on her own, but she's definitely gonna sting me now. That stinger is firing. You guys got your shot? I'm gonna do it right in the center of that sting zone. All right, I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the velvet ant, the cow killer of the Southwest. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, she's biting me. Nothing yet. I got that stinger. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Oh.
Whoa, way. Oh.
Yeah, stinger's in.
Wow. Yeah, that is way worse than the panda ant. Way worse.
What's it feel like, Mark?
Oh, it burns. It really burns. Here, I'm gonna put her back. Yeah, that burns. That definitely burns. She nailed me right there. See that? See that red spot? Oh man, that is gonna swell. That is searing pain. Way worse than the panda ant. Like times 10 worse. That is a for real sting. Holy moly. Whew, yeah, that's one of the better ones I've taken. It is, hang on. Wow, I got hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3, the worst one being right there in the middle. And I felt that stinger go all the way in. I mean, probably like at least a 1/4 inch underneath the skin. You can see that there's a little bit of a blood spot, a little bit of redness there from like some hemorrhaging underneath the skin, but you can really see the blotchiness starting to go. I can already tell you right now, the swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now, but right now I'm feeling the effects of the venom, the pain, and it is time for me, I think, to get a little bit of sting kill on this sting. Let's go. Hopefully help cool down the burn I'm feeling on my skin. Oh yeah, that's like a dull pain. Cool relief though. Yeah, this sting is way more powerful than the panda ant. I don't know if it's a size thing or if it's just generally the Southwest velvet ants, the cow killers are just that much more painful, but that was a wallop. I'm glad to have a little something to help put out the burn from that pain. I can tell you right now though, tomorrow is gonna be the worst day of this. We're gonna have to monitor this thing for the next 24 to 48 hours. I am by no means out of the woods. And now it's time to break down this sting and give the cow killer its official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. For intimidation, I give the cow killer a 7.5 out of 10. Even though they are fuzzy and colorful, once you see that stinger all the way out, all bets are off and you know it means business. As for pain, I was super shocked by this one because I thought it would be at least similar to the panda ant. I was definitely wrong. It was many times worse, so I give it an 8 out of 10. Lastly, the aftermath. The swelling and the pain spiked big time in the hours following the sting and well into the next day. While it is by no means a bullet ant, it definitely hurts for a good long while, and I would say the aftermath is much worse than the sting itself, giving it an 8.5 out of 10. That total score gives the cow killer an official BSI rating of an 8. That is the highest ranking so far, and a lot of bang pow for such a tiny creature.
Woo! Look at that. And how many of you watching right now would love to be standing right here with me, appearing on the Brave Wilderness channel? Well, now it's your turn. For the first time ever, we're inviting anyone brave enough to join me and the crew on a real Brave Wilderness adventure starring you. Next year, we are leading groups at 2 of my favorite locations on the planet. Starting on the East Coast, we will explore majestic shorelines for intertidal wildlife at Acadia National Park. And then we'll head west to the desert mountains of Zion and search for a variety of interesting animals, including prehistoric relics from the past. Not an animal expert? Not a problem. There's gonna be something for everyone on these epic adventures. Over 3 unforgettable days, you'll also hike stunning trails, make lasting friendships, and learn the secrets of what it takes to make the world's most viral wildlife videos directly from me. Guys, space is super limited, so click the link in the description or follow this link here and be the first to find out how to snag a spot on one of these 2 adventures and see if you have what it takes to become brave.
All that you can see here behind me in this clearing is a giant nest of leafcutter ants. There are hundreds of entry and exit holes all over this mound. Below the surface here is a catacomb of maze-like pathways that are home to this leafcutter ant colony. Now this colony will be made up of different size ants. Some of them are small workers, and then of course at the other end of the spectrum are large soldier ants. Those are the ones we are after because today we are officially going to rank the leafcutter ant on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, the BSI.
The PSI is our official ranking index for all insect and arachnid bites and stings. The rankings are made by testing 3 factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath, all of which are combined for a total score you will find out at the end of this video. I have been bitten by these ants before, and I can tell you that I have yet to encounter another insect of this size with this powerful of a bite. Ah! This one could rack up a heck of a score. But before we actually get bitten, we have to find a soldier ant. You can see here, look at this. There's a lot of leaf scraps that have been dropped by these ants. They're literally going out into the jungle, cutting the leaves, harvesting them, and then bringing them back here where they will grow a fungus that makes their food. But that is not the job of the soldier ant. The soldier ant has one job: defend the nest at all costs. And that's why they have the biggest and strongest jaws. Now, in order to find a soldier ant, all we have to do is make a little bit of disruption or vibration near the openings. It's almost like knocking on the door. Anybody home? We're looking for someone to give me a chomp. And they will defend this nest with their lives. There's pretty much no stopping the will of a soldier leafcutter ant. So I'm just gonna go around here, agitate the ground. This looks like a good hole. And with enough tries, we should see some of these soldiers show themselves in defense of the colony. Oh, right there. Get your cameras right there, guys. Look at that. Huge. Wow. That hole just exploded with soldier leafcutter ants. Look at that. Okay, it's time to get some. You guys ready?
Ready, Mark.
There's no good way to do this. You just got to get in and grab the ants. Here we go. All right. There's one. Missed it. Missed it. Okay. Oh, they're already on my boots. Oh, they're swarming. They're swarming. They're all over me already. These ants are crazy how fast and elusive they can be. All right, I'm gonna hit the ground some more. Get some more big ones out. Come on, boys. Let's go. Right there. Got one. Yeah. That's a good one. Oh, it's a beast. I got 2. Got 2 so far. Here we go. Here's a big boy. Oh, that one's huge. Ah, he's biting me. Oh, he's got me. Ah, ah. Oh, no, not yet, not yet. Ah. I already got nailed. All right, come on. All right, we got 3 so far. 3 so far. All right, let me, oh, there's a big one. There's a big one. Come here. Oh, even the little ones bite. Okay. All right, I've got 4 ants. One more. Let's try to get out some more bigger ones. Here we go. Come on. Where are you? Oh man, they are all over my boots. Look at this. Look at this. Get a shot of that. They are just attacking me. Here, let's get away from this ant. Wow, guys, we're getting swarmed. We are getting swarmed. Holy crap. Okay. Okay. Oh man, they are so strong. They're hard to get off your boots. Look at that one. Get out of here. Okay. They're all over my shoelaces. These are all my boot laces. Okay, guys, check your pants. Oh, you got one on your shoe. Oh, geez. Ow! Yeah. Just got nipped. Little precursor to what's coming next. And in case you're wondering, yes, these ants are absolutely capable of breaking skin and drawing blood. Ah! He's got me! Ah, that one's already got me. Ah, no, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Ah. Ooh, all right. Dang.
We gotta get out of here. They're all over their boots.
All right, well.
Get out of here.
All right.
Like, full lace it.
Hang on. All right, that's 5. That's 1. That one nailed me. Dang, that got me good.
Oh man, there's one on your boot.
Oh my gosh, all right guys, we're getting swarmed. We gotta get out of here. All right, let's go. Man, I'm bleeding. All right, oh my gosh. Whew, that always gets your heart racing, trying to catch these soldiers. Look how big they are. Those are some seriously aggressive ants. When they
storm out of their nest, there's only one mission: attack. I'm just getting nailed on the ear. Just got hit on the ear. Gosh, can never catch soldier ants like these without taking a few bites in the process. But oh, you got one of your boots right there. Right on your boot right there. Man, those leafcutter ants, these soldiers, barnstormed out of that entry point, and they meant only one thing: inflict as much pain as possible on all these intruders. And they sure got us a few times. But in the end, we got 5 really good size soldier ants. And one of these will officially be the ant that I let bite me, so we can rank the jaws of the Costa Rican rainforest for the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Let's go set up our bite table. No joke, I've literally found these ants chomped onto my clothing months after our trips to Costa Rica. They make it all the way back on the airplane and through the washing machine because once they bite, they don't let go. All right, bite table set. We have our soldier ants. We've got a set of entomology forceps. Before we get into this, I'm going to need to tape up my finger because that ant back there annihilated me. His finger keeps just bleeding all over me. Whew. We've got ourselves 5 soldier ants that we are going to try to pick the biggest one to be the official ambassador for the Bite Sting Index of the leafcutter ant. What do you guys think? I think maybe this one?
Oh, there's a big one.
Think right here in the front? Yeah, I think that's the one. Ah, man, the other ones are great. There it is, there it is, there's the one. That's the one. Oh, man. All right, there we have our ant. Get a better grip on it. Scraping the table. There. Look at the size of the jaws of that ant. These ants do not sting, they only bite. Some ants both bite and sting. The leafcutter ant is just a bite, but I could tell you no other ant I have ever encountered in the entire world, after 10 years of traveling making content for Brave Wilderness, have I encountered any ant that can bite nearly with the strength of the leafcutter ant. I mean, there's not even a close second. And the reason for that is look at the size of the head of that ant. And not only is the bite strong, the bite is also sharp. They are like a set of butcher knives, shearing together to chop away at anything they can grab onto. And as for intimidation factor, I would have to say for ants, this intimidation is very high. This ant is gonna get a very good score right out of the gate. I gotta go through it again. Gosh, dang it, I am not looking forward to this. I know exactly what I'm in for. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck really bad. Okay, yeah, and get this, when these ants bite, you either have to pry them off or just wait until they let go. So this isn't like a one chomp and then we're done. I'm gonna leave the ant on to gnaw away until it walks off, because if not, I'm gonna have to pry it off and that could do even more damage. In fact, indigenous cultures used to use these insects as sutures, where they would take the ants, let them bite, and then rip the head off, because once the ant is locked down, it has to choose to release. If it can't choose to release, it stays on there. So yeah, we're just gonna let the ant do its thing and chomp away until it feels like it's done the damage it can do. And I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty serious damage. All right, you guys ready? Like, I've done enough talking. I wanna get this over with. It's time to put the soldier leafcutter ant on the Bite Sting Index. On 3, ready? I'm gonna put it right there. 1. Oh man, I can sense it just wants to chomp away. It wants to gnaw onto me. It's gonna slice through. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. All right, on 3. I dropped it. All right, let me get it back, let me get it back. Don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it.
Don't get bit yet.
I know. I'm getting lightheaded a little bit because I know it's coming my way. You guys are wondering if I'm getting used to this by now. Yeah, I know what it's like to get bit and stung by a lot of stuff, but
every single time I do this, there's like a wave of anxiety and adrenaline, and I'm feeling the nerves, and I'm about to feel the chomp. Here we go, on 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, it's not good. Man, I get lightheaded. Hang on a second. Oh.
Are you okay, Mark?
Whoa. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. All right, I got this. It's on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, he's got me. Ah. Yeah, I just popped through. Ah! Ah! Ah, it feels like it's cutting my finger off. Ah! Ah! Let's go! Let's go! Oh. Are you done? Are you done? Oh my gosh. In case you're wondering if I was faking that at all, probably have to blur that out because that is a lot of blood. I'd say that was a good test. I don't know how much better of a test that we can do here. I'm gonna clean off our ant here because he's covered in blood. Hang on a second. Look at that. Look at that. There's another demonstration of strength, like we need another one, but this ant, so powerful. Get off there, bud. Come on. Okay. All right. Well, I'd say we have ourselves a pretty good official bite test with the leafcutter ant. Man, I hope that's the last time I have to do that. Tell me in the comments what else you want to see on the BSI. But before we go, let's give the leafcutter ant an official score. For intimidation, the speed at which these ants move and the numbers by which they swarm, and just the general sheer size of their razor-sharp jaws are as impressive as they are terrifying. So I give the leafcutter ant a 7.5 out of 10 for intimidation, which is big for an ant. And on that note, I have to acknowledge that we've received some feedback that intimidation as part of the index is too subjective and that we shouldn't weigh it in as much as the other factors. Guys, I have to completely disagree with that because I can tell you, once you see what's biting you, or in my case, what's about to bite you, your emotions are triggered and it absolutely affects the pain you're about to experience. So yes, size matters and so does intimidation. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, now back to the score. For pain, well, I have yet to react to any test as much as I have the leafcutter ant. So for immediate pain, I have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And yes, that score surprises even me to say it out loud, but I mean, come on, look at this. Finally, for aftermath, this is where the leafcutter ant does offer a little relief. Although very painful at first, the wounds end up feeling like super deep paper cuts and almost immediately subside. So just as long as you clean them out right away, you should have very little inflammation or chance of infection afterward. So for that, I only give the aftermath of the leafcutter ant a 3.5 out of 10, giving the soldier leafcutter ant an official BSI ranking of a 6.8. All that to say, ouch. But yes, venom matters big time on this index. And without it, you just can't hang with the big dogs. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our upcoming adventures.